decidable, decide, decided, decidedly, decidedness, decidednesses, decider, deciders, decides, deciding, decidua, decidui, decidual, deciduous, deciduate, deciduous, deciduousness, deciduousnesses, decigram, decigrams, decile, deciles, deciliter, deciliters, decillion, decillions, decimal, decimalization, decimalizations, decimalize, decimalized, decimalizes, decimalizing, decimally, decimals, decimate, decimated, decimates, decimating, decimation, decimations, decimeter, decimeters, decipher, decipherable, deciphered, decipherer, decipherers, deciphering, decipherment, decipherments, deciphers, decision, decisional, decisioned, decisioning, decisions, decisive, decisively, decisiveness, decisivenesses, deck, decked, decal, decals, decker, deckers, deckhand, deckhands, deckhouse, deckhouses, decking, deckings, decal, decals, decks, declaim, declaimed, declaimer, declaimers, declaiming, declaims, declamation, declamations, declamatory, declarable, declarant, declarants, declaration, declarations, declarative, declaratively, declaratory, declare, declared, declarer, declarers, declares, declaring, decless, decless, declist, declasses, declassification, declassifications, declassified, declassifies, declassify, declassifying, declassing, declaw, declawed, declawing, declaws, declension, declensional, declensions, declinable, declination, declinational, declinations, decline, declined, decliner, decliners, declines, declining, declivities, declivitous, declivity, deco, decoct, decocted, decocting, decoction, decoctions, decocts, decode, decoded, decoder, decoders, decodes, decoding, decolate, decollated, decolates, decollating, decollation, decolations, decolletage, decolletages, decolete, decoletes, decolonization, decolonizations, decolonize, decolonized, decolonizes, decolonizing, decolor, decolored, decoloring, decolorization, decolorizations, decolorize, decolorized, decolorizer, decolorizers, decolorizes, decolorizing, decolors, decolor, decolored, decoloring, decolors, decommission, decommissioned, decommissioning, decommissions, decompensate, decompensated, decompensates, decompensating, decompensation, decompensations, decomposabilities, decomposability, decomposable, decompose, decomposed, decomposer, decomposers, decomposes, decomposing, decomposition, decompositions, decompound, decompress, decompressed, decompresses, decompressing, decompression, decompressions, deconcentrate, deconcentrated, deconcentrates, deconcentrating, deconcentration, deconcentrations, decondition, deconditioned, deconditioning, deconditions, decongest, decongestant, decongestants, decongested, decongesting, decongestion, decongestions, decongestive, decongests, deconsecrate, deconsecrated, deconsecrates, deconsecrating, deconsecration, deconsecrations, deconstruct, deconstructed, deconstructing, deconstruction, deconstructionist, deconstructionists, deconstructions, deconstructive, deconstructor, deconstructors, deconstructs, decontaminate, decontaminated, decontaminates, decontaminating, decontamination, decontaminations, decontaminator, decontaminators, decontrol, decontrolled, decontrolling, decontrols, decor, decorate, decorated, decorates, decorating, decoration, decorations, decorative, decoratively, decorativeness, decorativenesses, decorator, decorators, decorous, decorously, decorousness, decorousnesses, decors, decordicate, decorticated, decorticates, decorticating, decortication, decortications, decorticator, decordicators, decorum, decorums, decus, decoupage, decoupaged, decoupages, decoupaging, decouple, decoupled, decouples, decoupling, decoy, decoyed, decoyer, decoyers, decoying, decoys, decrease, decreased, decreases, decreasing, decreasingly, decree, decreed, decreeing, decreer, decreers, decrees, decrement, decremental, decremented, decrementing, decrements, decrepit, decrepitate, decrepitated, decrepitates, decrepitating, decrepitation, decrepitations, decrepitly, decrepitude, decrepitudes, decrescendo, decrescendos, decrescent, decretal, decretals, decorative, decretory, decreal, decreals, decried, decrier, decriers, decries, decriminalization, decriminalizations, decriminalize, decriminalized, decriminalizes, decriminalizing, decrown, decrowned, decrowning, decrowns, decry, decrying, decrypt, decrypted, decrypting, decryption, decryptions, decrypts, decuman, decumbent, decuple, decouple, decuples, decoupling, decuries, decurion, decurions, decurrent, decurve, decurved, decurves, decurving, decury, decussant, decussated, decussants, decussating, decussation, decussations, deadle, deadens, dedicate, dedicated, dedicatedly, dedicatee, dedicatees, dedicates, dedicating, dedication, dedications, dedicator, dedicators, dedicatory, dedifferentiate, dedifferentiated, dedifferentiates, dedifferentiating, dedifferentiation, dedifferentiations, deduce, deduced, deduces, deducible, deducing, deduct, deducted, deductibilities, deductibility, deductible, deductibles, deducting, deduction, deductions, deductive, deductively, deducts, deed, deeded, deedier, deedeast, deeding, deedless, deeds, deedy, DJ, DJs, deem, deemed, deeming, deems, deemster, deemsters, deep, deepen, deepened, deepener, deepeners, deepening, deepens, deeper, deepest, deeply, deepness, deepnesses, deeps, deep water, deer, deerberries, deerberry, deerflies, deerfly, deerhound, deerhounds, deer-like, deers, deerskin, deerskins, deerstalker, deerstalkers, deerweed, deerweeds, deeryard, deeryards, dees, descalate, descalated, descalates, descalating, descalation, descalations, deed, deeds, dewin, dewins, deface, defaced, defacement, defacements, defacer, defacers, defaces, defacing, defalcate, defalcated, defalcates, defalcating, defalcation, defalcations, defalcator, defalcators, defamation, defamations, defamatory, defame, defamed, defamer, defamers, defames, defaming, defing, defanged, defanging, defungs, defut, defuts, defuted, defuting, default, defaulted, defaulter, defaulters, defaulting, defaults, defeasance, defeasances, defeasibilities, defeasibility, defeasible, defeat, defeated, defeater, defeaters, defeating, defeatism, defeatisms, defeatist, defeatists, defeats, defeature, defeatures, defecate, defecated, defecates, defecating, defecation, defecations, defect, defected, defecting, defection, defections, defective, defectively, defectiveness, defectivenesses, defectives, defector, defectors, defects, defeminization, defeminizations, defeminize, defeminized, defeminizes, defeminizing, defense, defenseman, defenseman, defenses, defend, defendable, defendant, defendants, defended, defender, defenders, defending, defends, defenestrate, defenestrated, defenestrates, defenestrating, defenestration, defenestrations, defense, defensed, defenseless, defenselessly, defenselessness, defenselessnesses, defenseman, defenseman, defenses, defensibilities, defensibility, defensible, defensibly, defensing, defensive, defensively, defensiveness, defensivenesses, defensives, defer, deference, deferences, deferent, deferential, deferentially, deference, deferment, deferments, deferable, deferables, deferral, deferrals, deferred, deferrer, deferrers, deferring, defers, defervescence, defervescences, defy, defiance, defiances, defiant, defiantly, defibrillate, defibrillated, defibrillates, defibrillating, defibrillation, defibrillations, defibrillator, defibrillators, defibrinate, defibrinated, defibrinates, defibrinating, defibrination, defibrinations, deficiencies, deficiency, deficient, deficiently, deficients, deficit, deficits, defied, defier, defiers, defies, defilade, defilated, defilates, defilating, defile, defiled, defilement, defilements, defiler, defilers, defiles, defiling, definable, definably, define, defined, definement, definements, definer, definers, defines, defininda, definindum, definines, definincia, defining, definite, definitely, definiteness, definitinesses, definition, definitional, definitions, definitive, definitively, definitiveness, definitivenesses, definitives, definitize, definitized, definitizes, definitizing, definitude, definitudes, deafus, deflagrant, deflagrated, deflagrants, deflagrating, deflagration, deflagrations, deflate, deflated, deflator, deflators, deflates, deflating, deflation, deflationary, deflations, deflator, deflators, deflee, defleate, defleeing, deflease, deflect, deflectible, deflected, deflecting, deflection, deflections, deflective, deflector, deflectors, deflects, defluxed, defloration, deflorations, deflower, deflowered, deflowerer, deflowerers, deflowering, deflowers, defoam, defoamed, defoamer, defoamers, defoaming, defoams, defecus, defacused, defaccuses, defaccusing, defacust, defacuses, defacussing, defog, defogged, defogger, defoggers, defogging, defogs, defoliant, defoliants, defoliate, defoliated, defoliates, defoliating, defoliation, defoliations, defoliator, defoliators, deforce, deforced, deforcement, deforcements, deforces, deforcing, deforest, deforestation, deforestations, deforested, deforesting, deforests, deform, deformable, deformalize, deformalized, deformalizes, deformalizing, deformation, deformational, deformations, deformative, deformed, deformer, deformers, deforming, deformities, deformity, deforms, defraud, defrauded, defrauder, defrauders, defrauding, defrauds, defray, defrayable, defrayal, defrayals, defrayed, defrayer, defrayers, defraying, defrays, defrock, defrocked, defrocking, defrogs, defrost, defrosted, defroster, defrosters, defrosting, defrosts, deft, defter, deftest, deftly, deftness, deafnesses, defunct, deafened, deafened, deafening, deafens, diffuse, diffused, diffuses, diffusing, diffuse, diffused, diffuses, diffusing, defy, defying, degage, degame, degames, degamy, degamus, dega, degas, degast, degasser, degassers, degases, degassing, degauss, degaused, degausser, degaussers, degausses, degaussing, degeneracies, degeneracy, degenerate, degenerated, degenerately, degenerateness, degeneratinesses, degenerates, degenerating, degeneration, degenerations, degenerative, degerm, degermed, degerming, degerms, deglaciated, deglaciation, deglaciations, deglamorization, deglamorizations, deglamorize, deglamorized, deglamorizes, deglamorizing, deglaze, deglazed, deglazes, deglazing, deglutition, deglutitions, degradable, degradation, degradations, degradative, degrade, degraded, degradedly, degrader, degraders, degrades, degrading, degradingly, degranulation, degranulations, degrease, degreased, degreaser, degreasers, degreases, degreasing, degree, degreed, degrees, degressive, degressively, degringolate, degringolades, degum, degummed, deguming, degums, degust, degustation, degustations, degusted, degusting, degusts, dehis, dehist, dehiscence, dehiscences, dehiscent, dehisces, dehiscing, dehorn, dehorned, dehorner, dehorners, dehorning, dehorns, dehord, dehorded, dehording, dehords, dehumanization, dehumanizations, dehumanize, dehumanized, dehumanizes, dehumanizing, dehumidification, dehumidifications, dehumidified, dehumidifier, dehumidifiers, dehumidifies, dehumidify, dehumidifying, dehydrate, dehydrated, dehydrates, dehydrating, dehydration, dehydrations, dehydrator, dehydrators, dehydrochlorinase, dehydrochlorinases, dehydrochlorinate, dehydrochlorinated, dehydrochlorinates, dehydrochlorinating, dehydrochlorination, dehydrochlorinations, dehydrogenase, dehydrogenases, dehydrogenate, dehydrogenated, dehydrogenates, dehydrogenating, dehydrogenation, dehydrogenations, de-ice, de-iced, de-icer, de-icers, de-ices, deacetyl, deicide, deicides, de-icing, deeptic, defic, defical, deification, deifications, deified, deifier, deifiers, deifies, deform, deify, deifying, dane, daned, daning, danes, deal, deals, deindustrialization, deindustrializations, deindustrialize, deindustrialized, deindustrializes, deindustrializing, denonichus, denonichuses, deinstitutionalization, deinstitutionalizations, deinstitutionalize, deinstitutionalized, deinstitutionalizes, deinstitutionalizing, deionization, deionizations, deionize, deionized, deionizer, deionizers, deionizes, deionizing, deism, deisms, deist, deistic, deistical, deistically, deists, deities, deity, deixis, deixesis, deject, dejecta, dejected, dejectedly, dejectedness, dejectednesses, dejecting, dejection, dejections, dejects, dejuner, dejuners, decagram, decagrams, decliter, decliters, decameter, decameters, decametric, decker, deckers, deek, deeked, dex, decking, deco, decus, delane, delanes, delaminate, delaminated, delaminates, delaminating, delamination, delaminations, delate, delated, delates, delating,